Hello and welcome to my corner of books. So today's video we are going to be recommending 5 books that I think make very good books to read before bed. Great stories for you to kind of snuggle down with your child, relax them, get them in the process of it's time to sleep. And of course, with Christmas coming up, these are going to be books that I would recommend reading before the big day. And as I have a book about to release actually November 1st, available for this Christmas, of course, I think that this is very fitting with, what my book is about. My book is a Christmas book. It's a young reader's book. Freddie the Teddy's Christmas is designed to be read with your child, both them reading and you reading. And these are the kind of books that I'm going to be recommending today, of course. And of course, if you want to pick up your very own copy of Freddie the Teddy's Christmas, it is available on Amazon for paperback for only £5.49. But anyway, enough of all that, plugs included. Let's get on with my book recommendations. So first of all, I want to recommend Pokemon. Now, I love Pokemons. This series right here is Pokemon Ash's Big Challenge. This is number 1 in the series. It's not particularly thick. It has really short chapters. It has some really nice pictures as well. And of course, if your kid is into Pokemon, this is the absolute perfect book to start reading with them. You go on an adventure with Ash as he goes through, collecting Pokemon, that kind of thing. I think this is a really good really good little read, mainly because of the short chapters. Now, if your kid's anything like me, attention span isn't always the best, so a book with short chapters works so well. This book really does have that. Like I said, Pokemon Ash's Big Challenge. You can actually get a collection of these books on Amazon and other places as well, so it's not just the one that you may be looking to pick up. But anyway, yeah, that's a really good one. We've really enjoyed that over the last year or so. The next is The Worst Witch. Now, this one is The Worst Witch to the Rescue, and it's a fabulous little story. It follows kind of like the TV show that has been available on BBC iPlayer for years and years right now. You take on the role of Mildred Hubble, and you kind of follow her through school and stumbling through adventures, and she is the world's worst witch. It's hilarious watching my daughter's reactions reading this book, and it's one that I would highly recommend. This is about a little girl witch, but I mean, I wouldn't say that this is a boys or a girl story. It's just a really nice story to read with your children, and just seeing how they would interact with the book and the world that this kind of tries to create. But yeah, really recommend that. Really fun. Again, a part of a bigger collection, so if your kid ends up liking that book, there's plenty more for you then to go into and explore with them, which I think is really important. Another one is a little bit more of a common one. This is David Walliams, a fellow Englishman just like myself. This happens to be The World's Worst Monsters, and you can get a huge variety, world's worst pets. Monsters happens to be rather funny. And it was so funny reading this to my daughter, her, interchanging chapters with me when we were reading this, because she just wouldn't stop laughing at much of what was in this book, both what she was reading and the pictures in it as well. The chapters can be a little bit lengthy, certainly more lengthy than a couple of the others, but it's well worth a read. And again, there are many to this series as well, so if your child does end up liking this, then it's going to be something that you're going to be able to get hold of and read for an extensive period of time. And that's what we want, really, isn't it? We want our children to have stories to read, whether it is one book or 10. The more they read, the better it is for them. Now, as it is Christmas, we've got to mention another Christmas story, of course. Now, Freddie the Teddy is a great little story set around Christmas, but kind of the book that set me off to write a kids book was this bad boy. Now, this is by J.K. Rowling. It is The Christmas Pig, and boy, do they go on an unexpected adventure. I really enjoyed reading this to my daughter. She had a fabulous time. It kind of needs a few more pictures than it actually has. It's a very thick book. There are a lot of words. The chapters aren't necessarily very short at all. But what it does is it really does help you guys go and dive into a world of adventure. You literally go on a different world or into a different world and explore with your child and this toy, the Christmas Pig. It's a fabulous little story. One which is sad in places, and of course one that gets us all smiling and wanting to turn that page to read on. And again, for me, that's what reading is all about. It's about books that actually make us want to turn that page and know what happens throughout this story. The Christmas Pig by J.K. Rowling absolutely does that. It is, of course, the time for Christmas, and this could well be, you know, if you pick it up, I really doubt you would be disappointed, because we had such a good time reading this book that we wanted to read it all over again. And lastly, a very cutesy little book. This is Pig Sticks. Now this one is Pig Sticks and Harold in the amazing search for the pirate treasure. Now there is a lot of these books. This is a really short one, even shorter than my book as well. And it's such a cute little book. You can probably read the entire book in one sitting. It is a chapter book, and the chapters are so short, so small. It's really nice, really lovely illustrated. It's one that I would highly recommend. It's a bit of fun. It's quite cheap, and like I said, there is a series of these books. Which I really need to pick up the entire series. My daughter loves these books, and it's another one that I would just highly recommend to anyone that has a small child under 10. All of these books I would recommend for, you know, anyone under 10. I think that along with Freddy the Teddy, it's in keeping with all of those kind of stories, and it says it right here. Pure joy, joyous silliness. That's Pig Sticks in a nutshell, really. So highly recommend. Very well written, and something a little bit cute for the kiddos to get interested in. But there we go, guys. Those are my top 5 stories that I would read before Christmas when you're settling down. And of course, I would recommend my own story as well. Freddy the Teddy's Christmas is a fabulous little chapter book, a young reader's book, and one that just sets the mood before Christmas absolutely splendidly. Of course, it is got hand-drawn illustrations, colourful illustrations, small chapters, eye-catching words for the little ones as well. So anyway, that's enough of this plug. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And of course, if you have a book that you would recommend for little ones before the big day, then let us know down in the comments. But until next time, I will see you later.